Okay, welcome back to Mr. Turner's art class. What you're looking at here is a 3D Christmas star, and I would call this probably origami, but then again, I'm not sure I can because I'm having to make this thing with scissors and tape and stuff like that. It looks complicated, but it really isn't. I mean, it's very easy to make. I usually do this pretty much like every Christmas. This would be like a really good family project to do, you know, because like you can make these things, and this one is pretty big, okay, but you can make them different sizes and stuff like that. You can hang them up. You can use special, you know, like foil paper, um, and which is all shiny and stuff, and you can make these little 3D stars, and you can just hang them up, and I mean it's really nice to look at, especially when they're spinning in the air. But it looks complicated. I promise you, it's simple. Okay, so I'm gonna have to show you how I made one. So I'm gonna go ahead and this thing is not together. We have to make these, and this looks complicated, but this is fairly simple. The only thing you need to do this project, you're gonna need some copier paper. Honestly, you will need some clear tape, some scissors, and truthfully, if you have a stapler, it will be a lot easier to do, but I don't have staplers, so I'm just using tape. All right, so you gotta bear with me. I thought this would be the best way to show you against this brown carpet. Now, the first thing you need to do, you need to take this paper. It's not even gonna take long to do at all. You're gonna take this brown paper. You're gonna take this copier paper, brown paper. I'm using the carpet to contrast this, so you can see this real easy. Okay, we need this little tail right here cut off. Just like all the origamis, we need this to be a perfect square. So, and see what I like to do is I like to keep this little piece that I'm cutting off, because I can go back and I can make smaller Christmas stars with those. So you'll see how. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold this up like this, because this is gonna be easy, because it's real easy to lose track of what you're about to do. You're gonna fold it in half. Try to make sure that you know your crease is real good. Okay, so again, I'm gonna make sure that this thing is facing up like this. I'll turn it that way. Now, you should see this long little edge right here. That is my guide. Now, the hardest thing about this, which is probably not really hard, is that you just need to know to cut along this edge. Okay, and I'm gonna create a little bit of space, so I'm gonna come over about that much, you know, and I'm just gonna cut up. And I'm gonna stop right there. So I may have that much space. Now I am going to come over. I'm going to create a similar distance. You see how wide that first one is? I'm gonna try to do the same thing over here. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna stop at the same, for the most part, at the same distance between the end of that cut and this edge of this paper. So I want them to be the same. The end of the cut, edge of the paper. So it's maybe like that much. I'm gonna do it again. Get that distance. You can actually do as many of these things as you want. So again, I'm looking at the end of the cut, edge of the paper. I'm trying to keep the same similar distance. And I'm gonna do one more. Stop right there. Edge of the paper, end of the cut, same distance, similar distance. So I got one. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, of these things. Now, what I have to do, I'm going to open this thing up. Okay, so you should have this. All right, so you should have these little diamonds in here. Now, this is where you're going to have to, you're going to take each one of these, okay, in a certain way. You're going to have to fold them. So you're going to fold like these little edges. If you did the cut right, point to point, they're going to overlap just a little bit, and they're going to do that. Let me show you. I'm going to take a little piece of tape, because you got to hold these things together. You only need like that much tape. I'm going to raise this up so you can see what I'm doing. I am going to bend this first one like that, so they're going to overlap, okay? And then you're going to take this piece of tape, you're going to put it on there. And that's why you really want the clear tape so you don't see it. Put it on there. So, okay, so we got that first one that's done. You're going to flip this thing over. Okay? Let me get another piece of clear tape. Let me raise it up. Okay, so it was like this. You just did that one. You're going to turn this thing over. You're going to lock those together. You see where I'm stopping? I'm just doing like that. You could actually do point to point or however you want, but as long as they're together, and you put that piece of tape on there, lock those things together like that. Okay, so at this point you got one on one side, you got one on the other side. So basically that is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to keep turning it every other side while doing this. Raise this up. Go like that. Put that there. Turn it over. Get a little piece of tape. Grab the other side. Put them together. Tape it down. Turn it over. Grab another piece of tape. Put it together. Tape it down. So you should have this little section here. Okay, so it should look like this when you're done. Now, just the easy part. This is where I say, honestly, if you have a stapler, it will help, because what you're going to do, you're probably going to need a few pieces of tape. I don't have a stapler, so I'm just using tape. Like I said, it's easier if you use stapler. I am going to take each one of these little pieces, the tail ends of these things. I am going to take the tails of these things and I'm going to put them together. I got 6 of these things, so 1, 2, 3. Yes. Put that right there. 5. Put one more there. So I'm putting those little points. I want those little points together. Okay. Now, again, this is a lot easier if this thing is stapled. I do not have that, so I am going to tape it together. So I'm going to put tape right there on that little point, on that little edge. Put some tape right here. So all these things are taped together. Put it right there. Alright, so they are taped together at that point. So they are taped together. Now, all I have to do is just tape the inside parts. So like these little parts right here. It's taped together that way. Whoop, I don't want to tear that. Ah, came apart. Put that back in there. Put that back in there. You get this one, slide that back in there. You tape that down some more. Make sure that can't come out. Come on the other side. Tape that some more. Alright, so that's pretty good. Now, I just need to tape these two pieces, these edges together so that can't come undone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some tape right here. Take the inside of that to the inside of this part right here. That's stuck together. Take the inside of this one. I'm going to turn these so you can see it. Take this piece right here with this piece right here. Tape them together. tape this piece right here to this piece right here. Like I said, it's a lot easier if you have a stapler, because a lot of people just take a stapler and just do this. But I don't have a stapler, so I just have tape. So I'm just going to use tape. That piece right there to that piece right there. If I can just get it in there. Gotta add some more tape. Let me see, I gotta get those right there. That piece right there to that piece right there. Let me see. That piece to that piece. And then the last one. That piece to that piece. And then we have our Christmas star. Okay, so, and our Christmas star is done. Now, it is stuck together, and this is where you can tie a string to the top and just hang it, just let it hang. And you know, you have your Christmas star. I mean, these things are great. I mean, like I said, they're simple to make. They're not hard. You know, once you make one of these, this thing is just simple. So I mean, just back the video up and just be very careful and just make six of these and stick them together in a star pattern, and you have your Christmas star. Now, again, these things are really pretty if you use foil paper. You just go through the same process to make them, like you just made this one, and just use foil paper and it'll shine. And like I said, you just stick a string at the very top and just let it hang. You know, you can hang them up everywhere, and you can make them different sizes. I would use these. You know, you can make small Christmas stars as long as you take these and you fold it, you know, and cut the tails off, and then you just make them, you know. So I hope this is a project you will do with your family. You know, I think all of y'all together sitting down at a kitchen table or something like that, making these, or on the floor making these things, will be great. I mean, it's a great Christmas project, you know. So this will be our last project before the break. You know, I hope you enjoy it. You know, just have fun doing it. Don't stress yourself out. You know, if the first one you make don't look right, you know, just try again. You know, just a couple times practicing, I mean, it will come out right. You know, so just enjoy and just have fun. That's the biggest thing. Have fun. It's the holidays. There's a reason it's called a break, a Christmas break. I mean, you need to take a break and relax. Okay, so y'all take it easy, and y'all have a Merry Christmas.